Well, it's been a while, hasn't it? So, there's a lot to say right now about what I've been up to, what I've been doing. Before we get into the meat meat and potatoes of this video, which is about what's next for the channel, what's next for videos in general, the basic gist of what's been going on in my life is that someone that I love got very sick, has been very sick for a while. But the diagnosis didn't come until the summer last year when I was in New York. Since coming home from New York, my sister and I, primarily, and my mother, because she works, have been the caretakers for this family member. And it just became so, because he needed to come first, certain things in my life had to be put on the back burner. And this was one of them. I was like, I can't keep doing this. Like, I can't record videos and all that. And it just became exhausting. So that's why I kind of just stopped doing videos. I have a Patreon. I have a couple of supporters like paused payments. I was like just pausing them um, because if I'm not putting out content, I shouldn't be receiving people's money. Like there should be like a quid pro quo thing, and that wasn't happening. So, however, over the past handful of months, he's been in the hospital full time. It's been kind of a fight to make sure the doctors actually take care of him. Unsurprisingly, we live in a culture of death. And if someone has a terminal diagnosis, they are very quick to want to kill that person. They won't say it, but they'll be very quick to, let's give him some morphine, let's give him some this. By the way, narcotics will kill people. Like, they kill people. So, trying to, like, fill someone with narcotics will kill them. Especially the already immunocompromised and the elderly, which are immunocompromised. Um, so it's been a fight actually making people take care of this sick relative of mine. Um, by God's grace, according to doctors, he should have been dead. He should have been dead January. He should have been dead in April. It's almost Christmas, and by God's grace, he's still alive. I think because, and my mom made a good point, because he knows we're not ready to let him go yet. Um, so it's been very hard, and I don't want to cry. So I'm gonna just leave that there. Um, and talk about the future of this channel. So I didn't want to abandon this completely because I really love doing this. I love recording, I love editing, I love sharing ideas. It's actually a lot of fun. Um, as an introvert, it can be a little bit emotionally draining sometimes, or mentally draining, but it's a lot of fun. I really enjoy it. Looking into the channel, um, I do know I would love to be full time. Now, it's going to be difficult in an environment now that is just ultra saturated with reaction channels, but I really would love to go full time. Now, I can't right now because I only have a few Patreon supporters, but I would love to. I would love to be able to pay bills, like not just phone, like my little phone bill, but like bigger bills, um, with support. So I've been thinking a lot about like the future of the channel, what I want to look like, especially after the new year. And so one of the biggest decisions I made, because I'm only one person, and I am both the reactor and editor of this channel, there are some things I have to cut from this channel that I just can't keep up. If I was this is a channel with multiple reactors, like Blind Wave and a few others that are like that. Doing multiple genres and shows would be possible. So my biggest thing is I will be cutting out all live action reactions. There will be no more live action reactions except for Retro React. That gets to say I'm writing stuff down. That stays. However, that will be a Patreon only content. I've also been paying attention a lot to other YouTube channels and have been very impressed and fascinated about what they put on YouTube and what they put on Patreon, and a huge majority of some of their long form content is on Patreon, and really short form stuff is on YouTube. I think I also realize a lot of them. So there will be no more live action reactions. Partly because I haven't seen much I've been interested in at all in terms of live action shows. I've had no interest in anything that's come out recently in the past few years. But I really still love the idea of doing retro react. But because of how the copyright monsters work, I think it's best kept as a Patreon only content. Now, there might be some things, depending on how editing goes in the future goes, that I might release like trailers or something on YouTube. We'll see how that goes. That's not written in stone. But yeah, so the only live action reactions I'll do is retro react, and that'll be Patreon only. The other thing is anime and music. So when I first started this channel, my goal was this channel to be not this channel, Brianna C Reacts, that got destroyed by 3 copyright strikes in 24 hours. Nearly 5,000 subscribers, which for me is very impressive. Originally, that channel was set to be mainly music videos, a little bit of TV shows, maybe some anime. Obviously, that got turned on its head. So, in terms of music, I'm still doing that, actually. That will stay. Music videos will stay. And doing Music Mondays, I think, will be the most sensible thing. Music video reactions on Mondays. Obviously, people have, like, you should react to this or that. I might, but I'm just going to react to things I'm interested in. So, that stays, actually. I might have to be a bit more creative with the editing. Mainly to be more competitive in terms of reaction videos, but also because copyright monsters. I would like to minimize blocked videos. Copyright claims are one thing, but blocked videos is another. And then the other thing is anime. Anime will continue. Right now, I think I'm going to focus on anime that I need to finish, like Sound Euphonium. I said I was going to do the movies. I think I did. Did I do one of those movies? I can't remember. I can't remember if I did any of the movies yet. I need to finish that. I know Mob Psycho 100 season 3, I think, has come out by then. My Hero Academia, Yuru Camp. So all of the animes that I've already been invested in and I know I enjoy. If anything recent has come out since I've stopped reacting, I'm gonna focus on that stuff first. And then new anime, I'll kind of go from there. So I think cutting out live action reactions and focusing on music and anime is the most sensible thing right now. Because doing multiple things at the same time is exhausting. So what we're probably going to continue doing is Music Mondays and Anime Thursdays. 2 videos a week. Short form stuff. Anime reaction format will not change. In terms of, like, again, the format, not reacting to anime that's just come out because it kind of keeps the copyright monsters in bay and I don't want to be a source of piracy. Definitely is not going to change. That's how it's going to be. I'm so rusty. So what have we established here? So I'm also spitballing at the same time, as you know how I work, for those of you who recognize or used to my videos. So that's it. So Retro React probably won't be weekly. Maybe it'll be bi-weekly. Most likely it'll be monthly. So once a month, I'm going to have Retro React videos come out for Patreon only. If they're going to be tier locked, because I know as of right now, the first episode of each season is on the lower tier, and then the rest of the series is on the middle tier. I don't know if that's going to stay like that. I might rearrange how I do Patreon. I'm not sure. But for the most part, the channel, because again, I'm one person, and I would love to go full time, but I need to prioritize some things right now. Because of that, I think just focusing and narrowing in on 2 things that are just easy for me to watch and react to is the most sensible thing for this channel. It just is. I'm one person. If I had an editor, or, you know, if I had an editor, I could probably churn out videos faster, but I think for me, this is the most sensible thing for me to do. In terms of grad school and stuff like that, obviously that was put on the back burner. Right now, it's just about kind of focusing on, you know, my house, my family's house, helping my mom out, and preparing for when this family member passes away. He hasn't passed away at the time of this video, thank the Lord, but he will eventually. God will decide when to take him, and then priorities will shift again. But I did know I didn't want this channel to die. I just needed time. And the biggest motivator of why now is because I forgot to pause my Patreon payments. So I feel really bad for that, but it kind of put a fire under my butt of I need to find purpose again. But I also realized because of this year, I've been so angry and so hate-filled this year that, and I've been holding in for so long, it's now been pouring out of me, and that's not how I'm supposed to live. That's not how I should be living. And realizing that I've just been kind of wasting time and sort of, I don't know, floating. And I don't want to live a life like that. I turned 30. Wow! I turned 30 in 3 months. And it's taken, unfortunately, and I'm paraphrasing, C.S. Lewis made a good point, you know, pain screams, pleasure whispers. When we go through painful things, or we witness others going through painful things, it does kind of wake you up. And I don't want to waste the life God gave me. So, a little bit of a deeper, darker end. So, for this first month of December, no content, right now, but there will be some Patreon-only stuff I'm gonna pop out, as we finish off this year, including, well, I won't say because I don't want to be trapped, but I do have some content planned for Patreon only. I would love to do more movie reactions and other things like that for Patreon. So again, I love the idea of keeping short form content for YouTube, which is kind of what YouTube has now become best for. And unless you're an entertainment reality show, and doing long form content for Patreon only. I think that's the best course of action. For those of you who have subscribed to my channel, who gave me really warm words of comfort on my posts, thank you. I ended up reading those comments earlier, I felt like a month or so ago, and during a time where I was just about to give up on any sort of hobbies or any kind of things in life. Not life itself, but just like more productive stuff in life. And yeah, just kind of different things happened over the past couple weeks that kind of gave me some wake-up calls and some epiphanies, which led to this video. Alright, so my friends, thank you so much for sticking through with this video. Continue to be patient. I'm going to be kind of rusty. I'm going to try to be more entertaining in my editing because I know my videos are really boring. The good news is I've gotten into a lot of interesting, well, I'm not going to tell you some interesting things some positives that I've gotten involved with or become interested in this year. I think I'm just going to surprise you guys. I think that's my best course of action. Again, just to reiterate, because you know how I repeat myself, I want to really do this full time. I want to grow this channel. I just need to be more productive and not let sorrow and anger drown me. And that's kind of, it's hard, but it's possible. Thank you so much for your patience. You can like this video if you like. Comment if you so feel. Subscriptions are more reasonable now. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. See, I'm so rusty. I'm gonna end it like normal. Like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends, share with your enemies, and I will see you after the new year.